What's going on, everybody? Today, I'm joined by Josiah, one of our members in Zenify and in the Zenify core crew. It's good to have you here today, Josiah. Just start us off and kind of introduce yourself and kind of share a bit about your background as a sneaker reseller.
All right, so my name is Josiah. I've been a reseller since 2021, and I started off doing in-store, moved on to online when markets changed, and yeah.
Got it. And can you elaborate a little more, just for the people that aren't as familiar and really looking to start or maybe haven't started yet on what kind of you mean specifically on the in-store and shifting to just online?
So basically in-store, it'd be a lot of I'm in New York City. It would be a lot of New York City Discords posting what stores were selling, and after a while, markets changed, and just the things that the stores were selling weren't profitable anymore or just worth the work, and competition grew. So learning how to do online from Discords like Zenify and a bunch of other ones just helped me a lot. It showed me how to source bricks, it taught me about high and low margins and just how to utilize apps and local for low key flips and just brick flips.
Okay, awesome. Good to hear. Good to hear. And then how did you kind of hear about Zenify and what was like the big factor that made you decide to join the program?
So I heard about Zenify a long time ago. I'm pretty sure I was just on Instagram and it was on somebody's Instagram. It was an ad and I joined. I liked the community because it was at first it wasn't too like focused on sneakers. It was just more of a build your brand type of Discord. And then
Mhm.
as time went on, it shifted more towards sneakers and it just kept growing. And I thought it was pretty cool because one, for the price, it offered a lot of things that other Discords don't offer. Two, the community is like it's very cool people and it's just a lot of things that would want to keep me there.
Awesome. And how would you say, I know you've been in Tenify for a bit longer of a time now, which is awesome. And how would you say your experience kind of shifted throughout that course of the time and like some of the things, obviously more added features, but like what really stood out to you about the program?
I think at the start, Zenify, like I said, it was focused on more building your business. So the only sneaker related things or money related things would be like making business cards and stuff like that. And then seeing it grow into a place where it's pretty big bricklink providers, sneaker providers, and like bots. It's pretty cool to me. I remember speaking to the owner, Fire, and he used to tell me how much he wanted the Discord to grow over time, and just seeing it really happen in real time was pretty cool.
Sweet. Yeah, good to hear. Good stuff. And how would you kind of describe the training and resources provided in the program, like the course videos, all that stuff? Would you say they're pretty easy to follow and pretty actionable?
Yeah, I would say they're pretty straightforward. Just pretty much just watch them, and you wouldn't be too confused. It's pretty easy. Just showing you the basics of how to adapt to today's resale.
Got it, got it. Which, if you have any favorite videos, if you don't, no worries. But what videos would you say is the ones that kind of you'll never forget and the ones that stuck with you the most?
I'm not sure if it's around still, but I remember there was a video and like a guide for eBay. I
Yep.
remember I looked over it a few times and when it was still being made and it helped me a lot with eBay. I've grown on my eBay pretty well. It taught me how to
Okay,
make
sweet.
listings and how to promote.
Yep, that's a good one for sure. Yeah, that's a really good one. And how would you say Zenify's community and kind of the network of resellers that are wholesaling, drop shipping, how does that kind of impact your daily business?
It impacts me pretty well. I mean, I'm able to branch out and meet new people. I'm able to source from people, which I have a few times, and also a certain few members have really affected my business. They've provided me a lot of pairs at good prices. It provided me a lot of drop shipping opportunities. Also, the I haven't really gotten into it too much, but the bulk pairs that on book unreleased pairs. I haven't really gotten into it too much, but I know that that's a good way. I've been offering it to people too. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, sweet. So yeah, that was the unreleased in bulk feature is, I mean, it's been around for a few months now, but definitely one of our newer features. Is that something that you think kind of changed Zenify, just having the access to not only sneakers in bulk, but kind of that unreleased stuff?
Yeah, I remember when Zenify was growing, a lot of the things people said that they wanted to be changed would be access to overseas buyers and sellers and like bulk
Hmm.
buyers like stores. I think having unreleased bulk is a really big thing and it really satisfied needs.
Awesome. Beautiful. Um, and then can you share some of your specific results and the success you've had since joining Zenify?
All right, so I could touch back on what I said with eBay. I started on my eBay account with no sales at all, so no reviews, no anything. Um, I'm checking right now. I'm up to 65 items sold, 15, 100% positive feedback. And it's not a lot, but it's
Nice.
definitely a place to start. I'm just selling random things that need to be sold. Um, my alias, it has grown, it doubled. I started off around maybe 9,000 in sales. It doubled. It's up to like maybe 23,000 now. Um, StockX, I had not a lot of sales, and with bricks like Asics, discounted Asics from JD and from the Asics site itself, I've gotten
Yeah.
pretty big sales. Um, and yeah, that's
Awesome.
pretty much it.
Good to hear. Good to hear. That's good stuff. Definitely something to be proud of. I'm sure 2021 Josiah would have loved to see things like that happen. So definitely something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And then is there kind of like a deal where you feel like you kind of change a sneaker reseller, whether it's like your biggest bulk deal or your biggest drop drip deal in Zenify? Can you kind of share about that?
Um, I don't really do big deals. It's more like smaller pairs, stuff like that. But I know that it wasn't selling to somebody within Zenify, but when I was still touching up on Asics, I wasn't too sure how to sell Asics because it was still a new thing to me. I had
Hmm.
purchased, I think it was 3 pairs of the 1130 Tuna Blues for a discount. I think it was like 75 a pair. And then I sold it to somebody outside of Zenify. I bought that from a Zenify link and I sold it to somebody outside of Zenify
Awesome.
for 120 a piece. And that's pretty good profit.
Yeah, definitely. Just utilizing those links that are sent daily. That's crucial. So good to hear you're taking advantage of those.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And kind of with the newer Zenify, how quickly did you kind of see your first profits, and how has your income kind of grown since then?
I've seen my first profits. Again with eBay, I really like started to use eBay more when I started to learn how to use the price calculator, but also the brick flips, the high margin links and the low margin. I started to look at those more. I started to buy pairs from those. I bought in a few pairs of Sambas before, and it's helped a lot. It's definitely built my bankroll a lot. And yeah.
Awesome. And would you say your profits were kind of instant, like when links are sent, it's pretty instant profit, and just like after joining, it was kind of instant profit. You saw a quick return.
Yeah, definitely. As long as you know what you're doing, you'll be good because the links do mention if it's a slow mover, fast mover, how much profit you should be making. And it's pretty easy if you just really read and know what you're doing.
For sure. And even I think some of the people who obviously, as you know, some of the people come in and they've never sold a pair of sneakers in their life. And then that's kind of the advantage of those course videos. They watch those course videos and then they're kind of more familiar. They know what to do, just gaining some resources and knowledge and then really get going hard. Would you agree
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah, I would agree.
Sweet. Um, What do you think the biggest change was that you kind of made in your business after joining Zenify? Was there like a big shift in like your business model, or you kind of kept the same throughout?
I think while I joined Zenify, I noticed that I'm pretty sure the easiest way to put it was a way that I saw it on Instagram once. It was like a reseller A versus reseller B model. It was like reseller A buys a pair for 100 and sells it for 200, only gets 2 sales a week, and then it was like the end of the year profit if that continued. And then it was
Mhm.
like reseller B buys a pair for 100, sells it for 120, and gets, I think it was like 6 or 7 sales a week. I think that model really like change it like that's the best way to describe how my reselling has changed. I used to try to buy pairs like a Panda Dunk for 100, sell it for 200, try to make at least $50 profit. And that after a while wasn't a thing anymore because markets crashed. And I definitely had to adapt to sourcing for retail or below retail discounted, selling for a little above, and just volume over profit, really.
Yeah, for sure, man. And that's like absolutely correct. And that's like absolutely everything that we teach. I love that you're kind of catching on to that. But yeah, like you said, like if you have 5 deals and you make $20 profit each, or you have one deal and that's $100 profit. So pretty much the same, like literally the same profit of just $100 profit. But because you're doing 5 deals, your connections are growing, and that's only going to lead to more cash flow down the road. So if you're building up those connections, you're doing more deals than just one deal for $100 profit. That's literally everything we teach. And although you might not see more because it's the same profit as the other one, you're going to see way, way higher cash flow down the long run because these people, they know you, they like you, and they trust you, and they're going to continue to come and buy back from you.
Yeah, definitely.
Sweet. Um, and then what are kind of the main things that you think sets Zenify apart from the other sneaker reselling programs out there?
If I'm being honest, I would say first of all the price. I also like how there's a I think it's like 40 a month, and then the lifetime is 400. I feel like that's a pretty good price point because you can definitely make the $40 a month pretty quickly. I think in your first week you should maybe make double that in profit. And I think that for what Zenify offers, that's a very cheap price. You probably would find it somewhere else for like double, triple the price. And yeah, I think what's offered in Zenify, the brick links, the bots, and just raffles. Also, ACO is a thing that I haven't really tried myself, but I know people that do use ACO or like bots, they definitely make a lot of money from it. I think just utilizing everything that you're offered in Zenify, the $40 could really make a lot of money for you.
For sure. Good to hear. And it is $50 a month now and then $300 yearly. But it's funny now, those two are really for some of the less qualified people just looking to kind of learn the basics. And obviously, they have a lot less access to the stuff in Core Crew. And Core Crew is obviously a little bit more of an investment, but that's kind of where the one on one, with hands on stuff, where we're actually like walking them through, guiding them through success. So it's definitely cool to see some of those changes within the Discord and then obviously the WhatsApp for Core Crew.
Yeah.
Um, so then, now that you've experienced this kind of success within the Discord, within Zenify, what are your main goals moving forward as a sneaker reseller?
I would say my main goal is really just to continue that reseller A versus reseller B, continue being reseller B. Um, I'm moving more now into overseas pairs. I'm starting off with Easy Slides because I've been told from other Discords that Easy Slides are a very good place to, well, like a very good item from overseas to source. And I'm not too trusting of that, like the overseas stuff, because there's a lot of replicas now in the game and it gets a little
Yeah.
difficult. But I think that's a good business model also to have just sourcing from overseas, selling on apps or to clients. And yeah, especially now in the summer, it would be a really great time to source foam runners, easy slides, and just take advantage of the weather, really.
Yep, for sure. And especially with Easy Slides, like when you have one of the trusted overseas suppliers that we supply within Zenify and you're using them, like you're totally good. But if it's someone you find on your own, definitely do your due diligence. And that's kind of why we have that review ticket where you can kind of send your deal in and the supplier, and people in the community can tell you if that supplier is legit, as well as myself or Ryan. Um, So really just utilizing that to make sure you're not getting scammed because obviously Yeezy slides right now are the number one fake shoe, especially from overseas. So just making sure you're staying safe and then doing your due diligence. But yeah, if you have a trusted supplier and all those Yeezy slides are authentic, they're killer. They're absolutely killer right now, especially with summer right around the corner. They're killer
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Sweet. So for someone who's kind of watching this video right now and they're thinking about joining, what's the one piece of advice that you'd give them?
Um, I think one piece of advice is to really, like I said before, just really take advantage of all of your everything that you're being offered. Really look into ACO because for sneaker drops, it's very unlikely that maybe you have like 2 or 3 sneaker accounts on like 3 different phones and you'll probably hit. It's very unlikely. And really understand that a bot isn't a higher chance to hit. It's the same thing as you entering on your phone, but having multiple bots entering maybe like 10, 20 tasks, you might hit a pair or two. Just really understanding what ACO is, understanding that the market changed. It's not really you pay 100 for a shoe, you sell for 300. It's very unlikely now. And understanding the again, like I said, the reseller A versus reseller B model, just understanding that now the way to really capitalize off reselling is by being that reseller B.
For sure, man. Well, Josiah, it's been a pleasure working with you and kind of coaching you throughout these few months. And we appreciate you being here today. And we're excited to see your success down the road.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.